And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
Welcome to Open Connection. I'm your host, Robert Pictou. Our show today comes to you from the traditional and unceded territory of the Tsimshian people. The fear of public speaking is the most common phobia ahead of death, spiders, or heights. The National Institute of Mental Health reports that public speaking anxiety, or glossophobia, affects 40% of the population. The underlying fear is judgment or negative evaluation by others. We begin today's Open Connection with Account Manager of Raymont Logistics, Amy Vincent.
Okay, I'm just going to get it out there. I'm very nervous. I'm having a whole physical reaction right now, so just bear with me. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Vincent. I am the Learning and Development Manager at Raymont Logistics. I've been a part of the Raymont team for over 15 years, which has been a significant journey in my life. For those who may not be familiar, Raymont Logistics is an export logistics company, and we specialize in transloading and freight forwarding. We've been operating in the industry for over 25 years, and we currently have approximately 6 terminals across Canada and the United States. In fact, we have a facility right here in beautiful Prince Rupert, which has been a key part of our network since 2017. I am here today not only as a representative of Raymont, but also as a woman, a mother, a sister, and a daughter. When I was first asked to attend, I felt extremely honored. When asked to speak, as you can see, I was a little freaked out. I must admit, I was definitely out of my element, but I realized there could be no better place to be accepted and share my story than here in an environment with so many strong, supportive, and ambitious women. I had to reflect deeply on what I wanted to speak about today. I wondered, should I focus solely on my professional life, which has allowed me to mentor other women within my team and my organization, or did I want to tell you about what has undeniably shaped me into the woman and leader that I am today? Every day we have the opportunity to lead by example. We're shaping future leaders, future thinkers, future innovators, and future mothers. As women, we have an especially important role in nurturing and empowering our daughters, helping them discover their strengths in a world where they're surrounded by others who might not always recognize or support their contributions. We are actively building a legacy of strong, resilient women. We're showing them that their voices matter, that they have immense power, and that they can challenge the status quo. At 17 years old, I became pregnant with my oldest daughter, Ashley. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I don't think I heard stick on a word. It was probably the most challenging time in my life, but also the most powerful experience. I was lucky enough to have the support of some of my family. Without them, I'm really not sure where I would be today. As a young teenage mother, I had often felt the glares of others, the judgments, as well as the comments to others that I wouldn't make anything of myself. I felt extremely alone. I struggled with the cost of groceries, daycare, rent, and just life in general. Just finding the energy to get up every day and keep going was difficult. My battles with depression were exhausting and had many dark moments, some that really tested my strength. I wanted to give up, but I had this fire in my soul that somehow kept me moving forward. At some point, I had to decide who I wanted to be and how I wanted my daughter to see me. One day, I wanted her to know that her mama was a badass and that nothing or nobody was going to tell her that she can't. I completed my last year of high school and I graduated with a baby in tow. I actually did exams with my baby right beside me. I then went on to complete college. I went on to complete college. I met someone wonderful. We bought a house. I have my second beautiful daughter, Ava. And today I'm in a role where I get to empower women within my team and organization, which is very fulfilling. I love my team. But there's nothing more rewarding than watching your daughters grow into kind, strong, inclusive, powerful, resilient, badass women. Like their mama. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak today and to be here with you. I have enjoyed learning from all of you over the last 2 days. I've had a lot of, I guess Oprah says it, aha moments, right? So I would like to now welcome Shanine Robinson. Shanine Robinson is a program director and morning show host of CFNR. Shanine is a multi-award-winning broadcaster who's been on Canada's media scene for more than 2 decades. She's worked at CTV News Winnipeg as a daily news reporter, where her stories aired on CTV Newsnet, News Channel, CTV National News, and CNN. She also worked for many years as an announcer on NCI-FM and as a correspondent for APTN National News, where she garnered much attention for her award-winning series about the sacred Sundance. She is proud of her final journalistic work with the network, Reaching the Sacred, a 22-minute investigative piece exploring the tragic reality of Indigenous women living with addictions and using while pregnant.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages. And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
Thanks for staying with us. Go to any Indigenous community and you will hear someone call an older person uncle or auntie. It's the way it is. The kinship of Indigenous people is important and continues to be. For some reason, other segments of society discriminate a bit when it comes to who they acknowledge as their relative. Let us return to the conversation as Shanine Robinson shares about some auntie wisdom.
Danse, kihugani Buddhist nagasan, maikantotem, simgiget, sigramanach, gankobobilsat. My name is Shanine Robinson Desjarlis. I have auntie eyes now. This happened. This recently just happened. I don't know what happened. I was like, okay, you get into your 4th decade and all of a sudden you can't see. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. One day you're young, having fun, and then all of a sudden your knee locks up. I don't know what happened. All right. First, I'll introduce Sarah Zimmerman. You can join us, Sarah. Creative Communications and Counselor for the City of Terrace. Sarah Zimmerman is a journalist turned communications consultant with 18 years in the field of public relations. Owner of Sarah Zimmerman Creative Communications, Sarah works with corporate, public sector, and small business clients across Western Canada, providing strategic communications solutions. She's a longtime community volunteer, connector, and public speaker. She's also an elected city councillor for the City of Terrace. Sarah lives in Terrace, raising her family on the traditional territory of the Tsimshian people, in particular, Kitsum, Kalem, and Kitsalis. Carmine is maintenance manager at Trigon Pacific Terminals, responsible for all aspects of terminal maintenance and continuous improvement at Prince Rupert's largest bulk export terminal. I lost my page. Sorry about that. Having worked across Canada and the United States, Carmine brings more than 25 years of engineering, projects, and maintenance experience with industrial operations as well as on major infrastructure development projects to her activities at Trigon. Carmine is a strategic and results-driven professional with keen focus and proven success in elevating operational standards to improve overall team and business performance, and holds a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from the University of Victoria. Next, we have my co-worker, my colleague, my good friend, Yolanda Layton, who is the General Sales Manager at CFNR, and she is Haida Nation, proud Indigenous woman of both Haida and Tsimshian ancestry. Mother, wife, and nene are her most cherished roles. Professionally, Yolanda is the General Sales Manager for the Northern Native Broadcasting, Canada's First Nations Radio, and CGNY The Journey, where she plays an important role in amplifying Indigenous voices and narratives across the airwaves. Through her work and personal life, she strives to promote cultural understanding, celebrate diversity, and deliver authentic and accurate portrayals of the unique Indigenous communities that Northern Native Broadcasting serves. In addition to her role at Northern Native Broadcasting, Yolanda serves as the board chair for the Kitsalis Social Economic Development Corporation, guided by its mission to promote the economic, social, and cultural well-being of the Kitsalis people and residents of Northwest BC. Yolanda also serves as a board member of the Western Association of Broadcasters. In this capacity, she advocates for the advancements of Indigenous representation in the private media industry. Last but not least, Yolanda is also manager to Canada's favorite player on Big Brother, Kiefer Collison. Kiefer is just a kid from the res whose message of strength, resilience, pride, and representation resonates with youth and adults alike. Welcome, Yolanda. Finally, we have Michelle McNeil, business and community leader. Michelle is a veteran of the financial services and business sectors and is passionate about seeing her community provided with superior financial advice and believes that financial literacy is one of the most important skills in life. Michelle focuses on a clear, kind, and emotionally intelligent leadership style and seeks to foster a positive and collaborative work environment. Michelle was president of the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce in 2019-2020 during the beginning of the pandemic. Michelle was born and raised in Prince Rupert, and after pursuing life and career in other corners of the province, made the move back to her home community in 2013. Welcome, Michelle.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages. And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
Welcome back to Open Connection. An extended family is a family that extends beyond the nuclear family of parents and children to include aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, and other relatives, all living nearby or in the same household. Let's return the conversation as Sarah Zimmerman shares the importance of extended family.
Hi, everybody. I'm Asa. My name is Sarah Zimmerman. It was all in the bio. I do all those things. One thing that I didn't put in my bio, but it's probably the most important part of who I am, is I'm a mom. I've got a 20-year-old, I've got an 11-year-old, and I've got an 8-year-old. So it's a busy house at my place, but it's the best job I've ever had. And I'm really grateful to my grandparents, my grandmothers, my mom, my siblings for really being a big support in how I parent my kids and what I've learned over the years about resiliency and hard work and being a good mentor to my children. So that's the other part of who I am, in addition to all the other stuff.
One of the things that my bio came out was it made my mom cry. So if bio makes your mom cry, it's either accurate or a whole bunch of lies. So outside of what's in the bio, I'm a proud member of the LGBTQS+ and all the other letters that exist out there. But basically what that means to me is that I am a wife and I have a wife. And it's a really lucky place for me to be and to be able to be out and proud and participate in this community. And I'm a huge fan of that. Mechanical engineering, like you said, but I've always lived in this and worked in this male-dominated field. And it's been a struggle as a member of the community and having to live in the closet for a really long time. So I've only been in Prince Rupert for 2 months. I didn't even have the job before Kristen invited me to come to this conference. I said yes before she finished the sentence. And immediately after saying yes, the next question was, how about a panel? That took a little bit longer, but I think my next question was, do I have the job? So thank you very much for being so welcoming, and that's who I am, Carmine.
My Haida name is Hlaga Dlaga Gaigan. It means standing behind her relations. I'm from the Juice-Gadiga clan of Haida Gwaii. My ancestry is Tsimshian and Haida on my mother's side. I grew up here in Prince Rupert. I know a lot of people here in the room, and my path to leadership has been pretty diverse and different, and I look forward to sharing that with you today. My proudest accomplishment, though, as these ladies have mentioned, is my family, my spouse, my 2 children, my grandbaby, and my grandbaby that's on the way. So I can't wait to meet that little soul, and happy that they've chosen our family to be part of our families.
So I am a Prince Rupert girl, born and raised, left the community at the age of about 23 after starting a career in financial services. So I've been in the industry a really long time. I won't tell you how long, because then you'll tack on to my age, which I'll probably tell you later. So I came back to Prince Rupert in September 2013 to walk the end of life journey with my mother and care for my father during his terminal cancer journey, and got in touch with my high school sweetheart, and here I am to stay. I have a slight connection to the Simpson community. Two of my stepchildren are members of that community. I think in my leadership style is always been about people and getting to know people and making sure that everybody is welcome in a space. So I take great pride and great work in personally and professionally making sure that wherever I work and wherever I sit, it's a safe space. I am a proud mom of a member of the LGBTQ, etc. community. I'm very proud to be so, and a brand new grandmother with a 5-month-old as well. Something I just want to share, I was supposed to be here yesterday. I am a trauma survivor. Some people in the room know this. I was involved in a very large event a number of years ago. And that's why I have cue cards, because sometimes the brain doesn't work. And I've just experienced very personal and professional trauma in the last week. So I'm just here to help support everybody. And again, coming together is the power that we have. And I think it's really important to come and celebrate and share and laugh and cry. And the one thing that I did write down that I didn't bring out with me was I had a young person when I was the president of the chamber tell me that I'm an influencer and I should use that. And I said, I think I'm too old to be an influencer. And she assured me I was not. So I hope to have some influence here and in the community for many years to come. So thank you for having me.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages. And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
Women make up just over half of the Canadian population, yet continue to be underrepresented in political and professional leadership positions. Barriers to leadership multiply when women face intersecting forms of discrimination, such as racism, colonialism, ableism, and homophobia. In this final segment of Open Connection, Shanine asked the panel what challenges they face in the workplace.
As you know, Indigenous women or women in the community of all nations and backgrounds, there's so many similarities of things that we face in the any industry in professionalism. And when you get to those leadership roles, or whether you're entry level or you're, a general manager or a director, that kind of stuff. But what we do face, we all have common stories, right? We've all faced, really a lot of challenges dealing with men of upper levels, but also our own women. We face a lot of things with, things like lateral violence and gossip and those really bad things that, have come with, being colonized. And I think that we have a really good opportunity with events like this to just bring our women together and, realize that if one of us is getting ahead, then all of us can get ahead, that we bring each other up and not leave anybody behind. And I'm very grateful as a mother. I have 3 sons and they're, my oldest son's going to be 10. My middle boy is in kindergarten and my little one just turned 3. And being a working mother as a professional isn't easy. We have to have the support of our partners. And recently, somebody attacked me because they said that, I'm what did they say? What's that word again? Alpha female, right? And that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. But that my husband is like, what they insinuated, that my husband's less of a man because he supports my career, because he's an engaged father, because he's a good husband. And I'm like, how is that right? That's a man standing behind his partner and raising his sons in a good way to be a good man, and knowing that sometimes us as women need that support from our partners to just allow us, because there's a lot of insecurity. I was chatting with somebody last night, and husbands, partners, whatever it is, need to stand with us when we're in roles of leadership, because if we don't have that backup, then the relationship doesn't work. So you got to get rid of those things of insecurity and jealousy and inferiority, right, as men. So I'd like to honor the men for being here today. Thank you for supporting us and being with us. So we should get that conversation started. I'm just really, like I said, honored and thankful to sit here with these ladies today. And we'll get started with some of the questions. What unique challenges do women face in ascending to leadership positions, and how can organizations address these challenges?
I've been in a male-dominated industry since my early 20s, and back in the day in banking, it was very, all the men were managers, all the men ruled the place, and really us women kind of cleaned up after them, including, I wasn't around when they smoked in the branch, but I was definitely around when they drank in the branch. So I think especially for myself, working in a traditional industry, and sometimes for traditional organizations, that I think people need to understand that women lead differently than men. And, there might be tears involved. And I think I was raised to believe that if you're crying at work, that's a weakness. But I don't think that it's anything to apologize for. I think women do more and men delegate more, I think. And I think it's acceptable in organizations to have that happen. And as a woman, there's many things that I know in my career that happen where the immediate thought in my mind and kind of the reinforcement I get is that if you were a man who said that or did that or asked for that, it wouldn't have been a problem. I think that we deserve the space to lead from our visionary capabilities and our compassionate capabilities and our openness. We have a clarity of vision. We can reflect and we can really bring people together on a personal level. Emotions are knowledge, and knowledge is power, and our emotions, when we lead, tell a powerful story and help to connect people. And humans process emotions first. So if you're in a situation, as we know, it's kind of our first reaction is the emotional piece, and then our brain will take over and help us compartmentalize as we work through things. But I firmly believe that as women, we lead differently. And I think that I know in my world that I've been in, and it's different in some industries, maybe better, but definitely the traditional space that I've always held for the last 30 plus years. It's been really challenging to grow as a senior leader in an organization. I know over the past, one of my past experiences is feeling kind of like that pat on the head or that little, thank you so much for that amazing idea. We'll just take that from here. So I find sometimes in those types of environments, it's hard to make the difference that we know we can, and to be able to be respected for that power, that knowledge that we bring.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Open Connection. The greatest distance in the existence of man is not from here to there, but the connection of mind and heart. If we can conquer that distance, we can soar like an eagle and realize our immensity within. I'm Robert Pictou.